Hello, good morning. So we are now in our lesson 2 of our subject, Personnel Administration. So I hope na pinanood nyo yung sinend ko sa inyo na link for our lesson 1. Okay? So let's start our lesson 4. Our topic for lesson 2. Okay, good morning once again. So our topic for lesson 2 is all about the nature, evolution, and the scope of personnel administration. Okay, our objectives for this lesson is, at the end of the lesson, you should be able to describe the nature of personnel administration in the fast-changing environment due to socio-economic reasons. Identify the different pioneers in shaping the words personnel administration. Define clearly the responsibility and authority for each job and its relation with other jobs in the organization. Okay, that is our objectives for lesson 2. Now let's start with the nature of personnel administration. Ayan. Personnel function is crucial in any administrative organization. Ayan. Kasi nga, you are dealing with the human resources. How will you administer your employees as a manager, as a supervisor, as a CEO in a certain company? So, the organization cannot afford to ignore it. Bakit mo i-ignore yung mga empleyado mo, di ba? Regarding their situations, regarding some problems sa mga empleyado, di ba? The organization cannot afford to ignore it because they are the most important resources in a certain organization. Ayan, paulit-ulit lang yung sinasabi natin that they are the most important resources in a certain organization. Hence, it becomes a basic responsibility of the management, be in the government, kahit pa nga sa government or in a semi or non-government institution. Ang pinakahahalagahan nila dyan is their personnel, their employees, di ba? So, the changes in the economic environment has its effect on management. Siyempre naman, kapag nagbabago yung ekonomiya natin, yan, socio-economic environment has its effect in the management, of course. The management environment keeps changing due to changes that occur in the total socio-economic environment. Ayan, and of course, the political also affects the work environment in an organization. Ayan, yung sinasabi nating namumulitika naman yan, di ba? Such changes get reflected in personnel administration. Ayan, please go along with your if you have your modules with you, pakilabas and go along with the discussion. So, ano ba yung mga changes na nakikita natin, nababasa natin sa modules natin? Okay, these changes can be, number 1, changing mix the personnel entering government service organization. Ayan, yung mga papasok sa government service. Changing values of personnel. So, ano ba yung mga values na palitan, di ba? Increasing expectations of the government from their employees, di ba? They are expecting much from their employees, especially pag government yan. Pero, di ba, iba yung nangyayari sa atin ngayon. So, yun, di ba, increasing expectations of people from the government at different levels. So, yung mga, syempre, kapag you are in a government service, ano ba yung expected nila sa inyo, di ba? kailangan yung service ninyo is excellent. From excellent na pinoprovide ninyo from the people, diba? From the community, to the community, okay? Kasi sila naman yung mga client natin, diba? Yung mga client, yung mga nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno, okay? Ayan, nature, ano pa ba yung mga nature of personnel administration? So, sabi dito, personnel are required to perform line and staff functions, diba? So, personnel admin, yan, yung mga nakikita natin kapag pupunta ka sa isang office, diba? Yung mga unang-unang, sila yung mga empleyado, yung mga unang-unang bumabati sa atin, diba? So, activities directly related to the primary objective of an organization are called as line of function. So, yun yung mga kailangan yung mga activities na kaakibat sa kung ano yung objectives ng isang organization na tinatawag natin those are the line of functions. Okay? The staff functions are those which facilitate and assist the performance of line work. Ayan. They are in the nature of secondary activities and enhance the effectiveness of the agency. So sila yung kumbaga sila yung maunang-unang nakikita ng isang ng mga empleyado, diba? To cater kung ano yung mga kailangan nila. So sila yung nag-assist, diba? They are the line staff of the organization. Ayan, to enhance the effectiveness of the line agencies para makita kung ano kung effective ba yung strategy ng isang organization regarding with their personnel, regarding with the performance of their personnel. Okay? Thus, management is affected by the changes in the social, economic, and political scenario. So, ano ba yung mga nangyayari sa social natin? Social environment, economic environment. Now, we are in a crisis. Ayan, bumababa yung ekonomiya natin because of what we are experiencing now. Okay? And of course, the political scenario. So, namumuli lahat na lang, di ba? So, hindi naman pero sinasabi lang naman natin yung totoo, di ba? Lahat na lang pinopolitika, di ba? Okay? In fact, it has to keep up with these changes. Ayan. A higher number from schedule tribe and other economically backward classes are joining the governmental service. Okay? A greater number of people with higher education, more women, and more technical skilled workers are also joining the government service. Bakit sila nag-join they are joining the governmental service? Diba? Kasi, syempre, because of include na natin yung mga diba, namumuliti ka, diba, kailangan ng ganito para makapasok ka, diba? So, it has really changed the ratios over working force. So, lahat na lang syempre lahat ng tao, lahat ng mga inaasam naman natin magtrabaho sa gobyerno. So, ano ba yung mga meron sa gobyerno? Ano ba yung benefits nila, di ba, regarding with their personnel, their employees, okay? So, due to the constant demands on administration, the role of personal administration is also changing. Kasi, syempre, yung demands ng personnel is changing. That is why personal administration is also changing, di ba? Kasi paiba yung demand tumataas kasi ganito kailangan natin ng more workforce, di ba? Para sa isang project. Ayan. So that is why the personal administration is the role of personal administration is also changing. So paiba-iba, okay? The functions of personal administration also are becoming more complicated day by day. Bakit nga ba? Bakit yung function ng personal administration ay nagiging komplikado as the days goes by? Yan, the problems of personal administration, of course, differ from one organization to another. So, iba-iba yung problema na hinaharap nila regarding personnel, human resources sa iba't ibang organization, di ba? Kumbaga, pag sa isang company, ito yung problema natin sa isang company, sa isang yung mga empleyado nila palaging uma-absent. So ano kaya yung rason kung bakit ganon? So ito naman yung palaging yung isang problema ng isang company is ganito. So yung mga empleyado nila, ayan, bakit hindi sila productive? So ganon, iba't iba yung problema per organization. So, hindi naman pare-parehas, 'di ba? In a different in an organization, they have different problems with other organization, okay? Big organizations have more tasks to perform, and syempre, big companies yan. So, they employ more people and of course, serve varied objectives. So, kapag big companies yan, may iba't ibang department kasi yan. So, they serve varied objectives, okay? The task of personal administration in such organizations become more intricate. Okay? As a personal administration, of course, deals with human beings at all times. So, tao yung kaharap mo, or tao yung kinakausap mo. You are dealing with the people, with the human resources of the organization. So it is crucial. It is very crucial functions. Ayan. So the crucial functions of motivation of moral employees have to be performed. So paano mo ba minomotivate yung mga empleyado mo, di ba? To work hard for your organization in order for them para magtrabaho sa'yo ng mabuti. So, how will you motivate it? Are you going to give them rewards for their excellent performance? Are you going to recognize them? Diba? So, it is very important to deal with with your personnel na kailangan mo silang kilalanin, di ba? So it has to meet the growing needs of people as well as to satisfy their increasing expectations from you as their supervisor, managers, okay? So, ano ba yung expectation nila sa company mo na kailangan mong ibigay din sa mga empleyado mo? So, gaya din naman sa'yo as a company, ayan, ano ba yung expectation mo sa yung mga empleyado na kaya nilang ibigay din sa company, na kaya nilang gawin din sa kumpanya. Okay? Now, let's go to the evolution and development of personnel administration. So, it was Frederick W. Taylor, scientific management, ayan, which laid the foundation for the development of personnel administration. Ayan. Taylor laid emphasis on scientific selection and systematic training and development of the individual worker. Ayan. Ayan, we have here also H.L. Gant, ayan, a close associate of Taylor. So, in scientific management movements, foresaw the need for obtaining the willing cooperation of the worker. So, he maintained that it was not enough to tell the worker how to do a job, but it was also necessary to promote the ability and willingness to do the job. Siyempre, hindi lang sasabihin mo sa empleyado, oh, ito gawin mo. Hindi lang yon. Sabi ni H.L. Gant or si Henry Gant, sabi niya kailangan din i-promote natin yung ability and willingness to do the job. Yung ability ng empleyado and willingness to do the job. Okay? So, yung evolution ng personal administration started in, yan, nababasa natin sa module natin in UK and USA. And of course, lumawak siya, napunta in India. The growth of personal administration can be attributed to the efforts made by the government. Yan. Chile in the West, the pioneering work in the field of personal management was motivated, ayan, by a managerial preoccupation with the concept of welfare. So, it was started, it was developed in the UK and the USA. Okay? And now for Frederick Taylor, about his scientific management na develop din niya, laid the development of personal administration dun sa scientific management or scientific management theory ni Taylor. Okay? Nasabi niya dito na in-emphasize na yung scientific selection and systematic training and development of individual work. So, kung alam natin yung time and motion study ni Taylor or ni Frederick Taylor, nandoon yun, di ba? About dun sa shovel na nag-create siya ng so, ilan ba yung ma-accomplish na isang worker kapag yung shovel niya is malawak yun sa iba pa. Okay? Siyempre, mas marami siyang nakukuhang buhangin or lupa, di ba? So, kapag mas maliit naman yung nasa baba niya, yung sa shovel, okay, doon ini-study ni Taylor yung kung paano yung pag-develop in order to increase the productivity of the individual worker. So, yun yung it's all about sa scientific management, yung time and motion of the study of Frederick Taylor. And of course, sabi nga natin kay Henry L. Gant, so wala lang dyan sa natin, sa slides natin, pero nandito sa module natin, sabi niya, hindi mo lang sasabihin sa worker mo na gawin ito. So, you need to promote, ayan, i-promote mo yung ability and willingness yung to do the job by the employee, di ba? So, kailangan i-promote natin yung ability, yung willingness ng isang worker para gawin yung trabaho na yun. So, that's how the development and evolution of personnel administration. Okay? Now, the number of personnel is increasing at a very fast rate. Ayan. Expenditure and personnel is also correspondingly increasing. Syempre, tumataas naman yung expenses mo regarding sa personnel mo. Syempre, kailangan din nila ng benefits, kailangan nila ng rewards, motivations, ayan, training and development. So, in order for them para ma-upgrade naman nila and makatulong ma-upgrade nila yung mga sarili nila and makatulong sila sa organization for the development of the organization. Okay? Okay, there has been a trend in regard to the diversification and the personnel as more and more specialists, experts, and technicians are being appointed in governmental departments, public and private organizations. Ayan. Contemporary personnel does not just deal with welfare and employees, but also, syempre, it aims at achieving profits for the job. Syempre, hindi lang naman it does not deal with the personnel organization, pero ang isa, yung hindi naman sa yung goal, one of the goal of the organization is to achieve profits. Ayan. The motive is to earn profits as well as the benefits for the organizations and the employees. Ayan, so for the benefits of the organization naman yan. Pag nagkaroon ng income or profit ng isang organization, syempre, mapupunta din naman for the benefits of the organization and its employees din naman. Okay? Now, let's go to the scope of personnel administration. So, ano ba yung mga scope ng personnel administration? So, hanggang saan ba yung personnel administration na yan? So, when we say personnel administration, you are to administer the people, you are to deal with the people, with your employees, okay? Just like the human resources, okay? Personnel administration incorporates all aspects of management of persons in organization. So the primary objective of personnel administration, as we have read earlier in the unit, is to, ayan, ano ba yung pinaka-objectives niya is to ensure the effective utilization of human resources in pursuit of organizational goals. Ayan, it is the utilization of human resources, yung gagamitin mo, yung tamang paggamit yan ng human resources para makamit yung organizational goals. So, paano ba yun? First, of course, syempre dapat clear sa isang empleyado yung what is the goals and objectives of the employees, of the organization sa empleyado. So, kailangan mo it is clearly defined to employee para alam nila, ganito pala yung goal ng company na pinasukan ko. So, how will I contribute? So, iisipin ni empleyado, how will I contribute? Tatanungin niya sa sarili niya, how will I contribute to the achievement of that goals of the company na pinagtatrabahuan ko, where I am working now, di ba? Sabi niya sa sarili niya. So, dapat clear yon sa isang empleyado para maging effective yung pag-utilize natin sa kanila. Okay? Ayan, personnel administration. Departments should design and establish an effective working relationship among all the members of the organization by division of organizational tasks. Ayan, should be effective in working relationship. So, meron silang organizational chart. So, in every organization, in every department, there should be an organizational chart or organizational structure. So, you know that already. You know the difference between organizational chart and organizational structure. When we say organizational chart, may pangalan sila doon, may ano sila, meron yung position. When we say organizational structure, meron yung pangalan, yung picture, yung description of their job. Ayan. So, that is the organizational structure. So, it is very important to define or to, para makita nila. Per department, merong ganun. Okay? Para ma-identify nila kung ano ba yung mga task nila, di ba? So it is it's very important to malaman ng mga empleyado kung ano ba yung task nila, yung kailangan nilang gawin diyan sa organization na yan. Okay? Defining clearly this responsibility and authority for each job and its relation with other jobs in the organization. So, ano ba yung mga relations din dyan? So, dapat explain lahat yan kay empleyado. So in every organization, there is an organizational chart or organizational structure in order to clearly define the responsibility and authority for its job. Yan, yung scope niya para, syempre, para ma-utilize nga natin yung paggamit natin ng human resources. So, personal administration must to enthuse among the employees feelings of commitments, involvement, ayan, and loyalty to organization. Yung feeling na dapat maramdaman ng isang empleyado, yung syempre yung commitment mo, yung involvement nila sa organization mo, and of course, and definitely, magkakaroon sila ng loyalty to the organization. If you involve your employees in for example, in a decision making, ayan, syempre, most likely yan, na-feel nila na they are involved in that organization, or they are belong, may sense of belongingness sila, ay kinukuha pala nila yung idea ko. So, talagang napakaganda naman yung feeling na yun, di ba? Yun yung magiging impact sa isang empleyado, di ba? So, you need to consider their ideas, di ba? Involve them in decision making. Okay? That is the yung aim ng isang or yung scope pa rin ng personnel administration. So, the aim is to establish cordial relations among the employees and do away with the frictional situations arising out of personnel jealousies, rivalries, and prejudice. So, dapat wala yung mga ganyan, yung mga nagsiselos na siya naman palagi yung tinatawag, hindi naman ako tinatawag, wala naman silang pakialam sa akin. Hindi naman nila kinukuha yung idea ko, bakit pa ako magsasalita? So, nagkikreate ng jealousness, and at the same time, may rivalry sa mga employees. So, that should not be. So, dapat iwasan natin magkaroon ng ganun. Okay? Personnel administration also has to curb unfavorable practices like yung favoritism. So, iwasan natin ng ganun. Yung iwasan ng mga organization na dapat walang favoritism, walang nepotism. Yan, in an organization. Hindi porket sir, kunin mo nga yung inaanak ko. Kasi he is capable naman. Ayan. So, hindi yun pwede. Favoritism, wala din ganun. Dapat pantay-pantay lahat. Yung pagtrato mo sa mga empleyado mo. Ito, favorite ko kasi siya lang yung nag-accomplish ng task niya. Siya lang yung gumagawa ng mga lessons niya. Siya lang yung gumagawa ng mga modules na sa'yo. Hindi yun dapat. So, you treat your empleyado, your employees fairly. Walang favoritism. Okay? So, personnel administration has to concentrate on various aspects of management. Ayan, yung recruitment, training, promotion, ayan, conditions of service. Ano ba yung mga conditions niyan? So, dapat 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 yung organization, ayan, has to concentrate on various aspects of management like, ayan, sinabi natin nga kanina na recruitment, training, promotion, ayan, conditions of service, yung sinasabi natin na employees welfare, employer-employee relations, and process of moral and motivation. So, it has to develop links with immediate, intermediate, and external environment to make it self-effective and, of course, efficient. Okay? Planning and providing for the regular supply of the needed manpower for different positions and different numbers in an important task of the certain organization or certain company, di ba? So, kapag, syempre, dito ko yung pasok yung sinasabi nating HRP or Human Resources Planning. So, madidiscuss natin yan as we go on with our lesson. So, that is the scope of personnel administration. So, I hope so, ayan, we reach the end of our lesson. I hope that we learned something today. And, ayan, paulit-ulit natin sinasabi that if you have any questions or queries regarding the lessons, please feel free, ayan, feel free to ask me or PM me in the messenger. Ayan. So, kung magtanong lang kayo sa GC natin or i-PM nyo na lang ako kung may tanong kayo sa regarding our lesson today, lesson 2, personnel administration. Okay? Now, let's go to your requirements. So, your requirements for this lesson, ayan, answer the following questions in 10 to 15 sentences, 10 points each item. So, number 1, why is the function of personnel administration crucial in any organization? So, bakit nga ba? Okay, explain. How does personnel administration promote commitment and loyalty to the organization? So, paano ba yung pag-promote nila ng commitment and loyalty to the organization. Okay? Number 3, why is the role of personnel administration changing as time goes by? Ayan. Cite an application where such a change occurred. Okay? So, those questions, ayan, kailangan sagutan in 10 to 15 sentences. Okay? So, 10 points each. Ayan. So, kung may tanong kayo regarding dito sa requirements, ayan, palagi natin sinasabi, mag-message lang kayo sa akin. Okay? So, bye-bye and God bless. That's it for today.